All right, finally setting up this golf tent heading net. I'm super excited about it. I have my mic on today because we are outside. Definitely want to set this up outside. If you put it together inside, good luck trying to get it through a door. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to set this up outside, place it where we're going to keep it, and we'll see how easy it is. So the instructions does say it's a 6-step process. Shouldn't be too hard. Looks pretty straightforward. So let's get into it. Everything that you are going to need is in this carry bag, which is awesome because when you want to put this down, you can store everything back in the carry bag, and you can also take it with you wherever you want to. So that's great. You don't just get the hitting tent, you also get some golf balls, tees, the golf mat, and a hat. So there's a lot that's included in this. First things first, we're going to connect these fiberglass poles. We have 2 of them. Looks like they're already attached to each other, so we're just going to straighten them out and connect them together. So let's separate. Okay, so the poles literally just pop straight open and connect to themselves. Not rocket science. See how they're attached with the elastic cord inside, and then they just connect straight open. So you'll just want to push each pole setting into the other one to make sure they're secure when you open it up. Next part is laying this tent out, and then we're just going to slide each of the poles through the holes on the tent where they belong, and we're almost there. Super easy setup. You definitely want to have plenty of room when you're setting this up. So again, outside is definitely the best place to put this. This is a large hitting net. Cannot wait to use this thing. So when you're laying this tent out, you want to make sure all 4 corners are evenly laid out. Let me show you what it's going to look like. Just like that. Okay, so then we're going to put the poles inside the sleeves of the tent. Let's figure out where those are. So the sleeves that we're going to insert the poles into are going to be on each corner, and we're going to crisscross them. And they're on the outside top of the net. So starting here, we're going to go across, and then that way across. And all you're going to do is just slide these poles in. And these poles have flex to bend with the tent. If the poles come apart inside the sleeve, you can easily just pop it back together. All right, so it's naturally giving itself a slight bend with the sleeve of the tent. All right, went through one sleeve already. Make sure when it goes through the first sleeve, you catch it before you go too far, so you could manually insert it into the second sleeve. This is easy enough for one person to do. However, if you do have a second person, they can be behind you, keeping the poles pushed going. It would make the process a lot easier. However, it's just me. So we're doing it by ourselves today. Okay, we have one pole done, and there's a natural bend in the poles. So that's going to create the shape of the tent. All right, now we're going to do the same thing with the other side, and we're going to caddy corner it across. Okay, I have both poles through the tent, so let's go into the third step. Okay, so the next step is you're going to insert these pins at the bottom of each of the corners into the poles. This is where you need a second person. I'm by myself, so I had to put the poles against the wall once I got one in to prop it up. Otherwise, the ends are going to fall out of those pins. So you should have 2 people for this portion. It would make things a lot smoother. However, if you live alone or just don't have a second person with you, you can be innovative like I am, and I'm showing you how to get this done with just one person. And this part will make you sweat a little bit if you're by yourself. Okay, so I have the tent structure fully set up. You can see how large it is. I'm inside and I'm 5'9", so plenty tall to practice when you are practicing your hitting. I'm going to put the target sheet on and see how that goes, and then we'll be done. So when you're hanging the target right here, if you notice, it's smaller on the top and then it's wider on the bottom. So make sure you put the shorter side, the shorter width side onto the top. There are some little loops here that all you need to do is put this in to the loops to attach it. And then you're going to attach to the bottom as well. Once you have that attached to the loops, you're all ready to go. This does sit a ways from the actual net to give you some room. So when you're hitting, it's going to have room between the hitting mat and the net behind it. You have your hitting mat right here and your range tees that you're just going to put through these holes. Just like that. And it does come with 2 range tees, so you can have it ready for whichever green you're hitting off of. And you're ready to go. So I will be moving this to where we're going to actually set it up. I will need multiple people to move this, so when my husband gets home, we will move it together. I did tape the pins to the bottom of the poles just because I knew we were going to be moving this and I didn't want the pins to pop out. So whenever you decide where you're going to put your hitting tent, you want to stake it into the ground. At that point, it's super important to make sure this is staked. Obviously, you are hitting fast golf balls at it, so you don't want to topple over. It does come with stakes. And I would recommend, honestly, setting it up where you're going to have it. So when you put it together, just already be in that spot so you don't have to transfer it. And then we're going to stake this in. So once this is all staked in, I'll show another video on how well this hitting tent works. Super excited to use this and start practicing.